51 years ago, the Israeli intelligence, the Mossad, assassinated Ghassan Kanafani, one of the most influential Palestinian Arab socialist thinkers and one of the greatest thinkers of the global South.
Everything in this world can be robbed and stolen except one thing. This one thing is the love that emanates from a human being towards a solid commitment to a conviction or a cause.
But who is Ghassan Kanafani? Kanafani was born in the city of Akka in Palestine. Later on, he moved to the city of Jaffa, a city that featured a great deal in his novels and his writings and paintings later on in life. Like most refugees, Kanafani moved from one place to the other. Initially, he was expelled with his family, like 800,000 Palestinian refugees during the Nakba or the Great Catastrophe, from Jaffa or Jaffa to Lebanon, then Syria, then Kuwait, then Lebanon again, and so forth and so on. This story, that of the Palestinian refugees looking for a place, still factors in until this day. This is why the story of Ghassan Kanafani is not the story of the past, it's the story of the present. He was a visionary in that sense. He saw what was going on as part of the larger historical context of struggle against oppression. This is why he was an internationalist. But he also saw what would happen in the future if the Palestinian people do not resist. So for him, resistance was the cornerstone of the survival of the Palestinian cause. He never apologized about resistance and armed struggle. He never had to apologize or contextualize or explain himself. It was a right for Palestinians to resist because freedom is very precious and Palestinians have to fight for that right. Now, Ghassan Kanafani wasn't a fighter. He was one of the founders of the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine, a socialist Palestinian movement that's still quite influential until this day. Israel assassinated him anyway on July 8, 1972, along with his niece, Lamis. Kanafani's assassination did not end the story of Ghassan Kanafani. To the contrary, in many ways, he is actually more influential today than he was all of these years ago. Because now his writings and his novels and his plays are translated and sold and promoted in many countries around the world in so many different languages. In other words, Ghassan Kanafani is the quintessential Palestinian intellectual. He came from the people and he wrote for the people and he never apologized for the resistance of the people, and he died fighting for the people. But he never really fired bullets per se. Yes, he was one of the founders of the PFLP and he was a very influential part of that movement. But Israel feared him anyway. They feared him because they understood that his intellect and his ideas are traveling far beyond that of a small socialist movement in Palestine at the time. And they were becoming revolutionary ideas worldwide. This is why soon after he was assassinated, Ghassan Kanafani was awarded some of the most prestigious awards that the global South can give anyone. It's important that we do not think of Ghassan Kanafani as a phenomenon from the past. But it's also important that we look into his work and his writings and his wisdom to try to navigate the present and our relationship with other countries and other national movements and other resistance movements around the world. Now we talk about intersectionality as if it's a new invention. In actuality, Ghassan Kanafani and his generation of Palestinian revolutionary intellectuals were the original intersectional intellectuals worldwide.
The Palestinian cause is not a cause for Palestinians only, but a cause for every honest person living in this planet.
There was so much evidence of this in his writings throughout the years. Kanafani was born in 1936 and he died in 1972. But his influence, his ideas, and his impact on Palestinian revolutionary thinking is stronger today than ever before. If you want more information about the writing of Ghassan Kanafani, check out some of his novels. A Death in Bed number 12, Men in the Sun, and The Land of Sad Oranges. Or you can also go to the Palestine Chronicle and search the term Ghassan Kanafani. There's lots of material we have about this great Palestinian socialist, internationalist intellectual. Thanks for listening.